now we've got Cass Daly with A Good Man is Hard to Find. So, I can't say I totally agree with Cass Daly on this, but let's just say, if you do find good people out there in the world, do what you can to stick with them. Oh, Cass, sweetie, raise your standards just a little bit. You're worth it. Well, it's a fun tune anyway. Is a good man hard to find? I haven't been looking. You know what is hard to find? Ballistic fiber. Oh my gosh. Okay, my brother Matty, as a kid, oh boy, did he laugh at Fats Waller blurting out, "Believe me." Oh, Matty. Wherever you are, I hope you can hear this, and I hope you're still laughing. Hope that you all enjoyed that one, friends, and that you're all on your best behavior, too. Oh boy, do I relate to this one. Just me and the radio, here by myself, got nearly everything I love within arm's reach. Here is Ain't Misbehavin'. And now, in the unwieldy song title department, here's Answer to Driving Nails in My Coffin by Jerry Irby. Mr. Jerry Irby would have just loved Nuka Shine. It's like all the nails and the coffin and everything, you included, shoved into a blender. And that's if you remember any of it. If drinking to excess is your biggest vice these days, you're still better off than a whole lot of people. No judgments here, friends. Let's call this one a cautionary tale about self-destructive behavior. I'm not telling you how to live your lives, just trying to help you live your best ones. Here's Jerry Irby. You think Cole Porter would be surprised by where the world ended up since writing that song? I figure he'd shrug his shoulders and say, yeah, why not? I'm not saying you all owe me, but when I got here, the equipment was days away from breaking down. You were all saved from hearing this song, and only this song, repeating. Endlessly, forever. Here's the 5 stars with Atom Bomb Baby, a song that suggests they may not have made the most responsible choices when it came to relationships. I mean, I'm sure they meant it as a compliment, but I don't know, something about comparing your girl to an explosive device that can destroy the world? Yeah, you see what I'm saying, right? That, my friends, was Bob Wills. Guys, don't be a Bob and sit around feeling sorry. Get back out there. Do something. Build a camp. Start a trading business. You can do it. I believe in you. Hey there, would you like to weirdly feel happy and sad at the same time? Well, here's your chance. It's Bubbles in My Beer. Here's a nice happy-sounding song, as long as you don't listen to the lyrics. It's Bob Wills singing Bubbles in My Beer. I'm told there's a certain traveling merchant out there who really, really loves meat. He's asked for songs about it, and this is about as close as I can get. Enjoy. Butcher Pete, how much should we read into this song? You make the call. You know him, you love him, here's Roy Brown with Butcher Pete. I'm sorry, what's that? It's a metaphor? Oh, you don't say! I just love that someone, somewhere, decided the phrase bingle, bangle, bungle was worth using as a lyric. I hope it makes you smile, too. This song used to crack me up as a kid, and it sure sounds like they had fun recording it. It's the Andrews Sisters with Danny Kaye singing Civilization. Take a page from Billie Holiday and believe you can do the impossible. It can make all the difference. Doesn't Billie Holiday just have the most beautiful voice? Every time I've heard that song since I was a little girl, I've just been carried away by it. Coming up next is Crazy He Calls Me. But if you ask me, the only thing crazy about Billie Holiday is how amazing her voice is. Ooh, okay, now this song is one of my favorites. Just a sweet reminder that there are things out there that are worth living for. Not exactly one to lift your spirits, is it? Bet the old Garahan and Hornwright companies weren't super happy with this being played on the radio. Coming up next is Dark as a Dungeon by Tennessee Ernie Ford. If any of you out there were thinking about taking up coal mining, listen well. This next one goes out to the fella in a blue 76 jumpsuit who was recently seen headed into Gully Mine. Hope you're able to hear it. Not only does this work as a sort of caution about what you're willing to risk to make a buck, but it could be taken very, very literally. Be careful out there. Those dear hearts and gentle people are out there, everyone. And wherever they are, that's where home is. Don't forget that, okay? Whether Appalachia has always been your home or you're a more recent arrival, this next song is for you. Dear Hearts and Gentle People is coming up next. This one always makes me smile, thinking about the people in my life who fit that description. Some of you dwellers who are good with musical instruments, you should get together and learn that one. Oh, what a fun tune! Doesn't that song sort of describe Appalachia these days? Whole bunch of people, different folks getting together to party. Of course, the definition of party varies, like a lot. Still though, I don't claim to fully get what this song is about, but I do claim to have cleared some space in the studio here for dancing. I suggest you do the same. Here's doing the Uptown Lowdown. This next one goes out to all you dwellers looking for the perfect, and I mean perfect, spot for your camp. It's Bing Crosby singing Don't Fence Me In. Well, Mr. Bing Crosby, you would have loved Appalachia. More wide open land than you can shake a mildly irradiated stick at. Well, this one pretty much sums it up for me. Here's Bing Crosby, backed up by the Andrews Sisters, with Don't Fence Me In. Here's one that might cheer you up on a rad stormy day, or serve as an excellent background for watching someone fall down repeatedly. In my humble opinion, if you're in the right frame of mind, then they're all happy days. That was Happy Days Are Here Again, which... Well, hey, you're alive, ain't ya? Pretty decent reason to be happy. Here comes Heading Down the Wrong Highway by Johnny Bond. And Johnny, as long as that highway isn't overrun with super mutants or feral ghouls, it could be worse, buddy. What do we think, friends? Is Johnny here being too hard on himself? Sounds about average for the folks I know. No matter where you are, friends, you can always change course. It's never too late. If you've been looking for a good groove so you can get up and move, here it is. It's I Can't Dance, I Got Ants in My Pants by Chick Webb. You know that song is from a long time ago, because these days you couldn't fit more than one ant in your pants. And you definitely wouldn't want the pants back afterwards. Dad always used to ask if I had ants in my pants when I couldn't sit still. I guess maybe Chick Webb's dad did the same thing, since here he is singing about it. I love that one because it sounds like a bunch of friends just hanging out and having a good time. Insect phobias aside, of course. Here's Patsy Montana explaining how to get away with murder? I didn't know the gun was loaded. Patsy Montana is up next, and I've just gotta ask, has this ever worked for any of you? Ever? Here is, I didn't know the gun was loaded. I think I can speak for most of us when I say, we've known a Miss Effie or two in our time. They never learn, do they? Oh, the sound of that little gun going off makes me laugh every time. Every time. Ah, thank you, Miss Montana. It's a good message, friends. Keep things small, simple. Focus on the good things, the things that really matter. Oh my goodness, I'm such a broken record. I don't want to set the world on fire is next, and don't worry, Ink Spots. Someone already beat you to it. Too much? Too soon? Sorry. Here's a song near and dear to my heart, reminding us that we carry with us the places and people from our past. It's In a Shanty in Old Shantytown. I know it's not the same for everyone, but for me, there are moments where I miss where I came from, and the family and friends no longer with us. Be grateful for what you have, friends, but don't forget where you've been. In case you were wondering, Haile Selassie was actually a ruler in Ethiopia way back when. Don't let anyone tell you listening to the radio is a waste of time. It's educational. Hello, friends. I'm Julie. This is Appalachia Radio, and these are the Ink Spots singing It's All Over But the Crying. Oh, well, that one sure is a classic. Hope you enjoyed it. I know things might seem bad, but don't give up. Despite what the Ink Spots say, it's not all over but the crying. Heck, keep going and cry while you do it. Multitask. Mr. Johnson lays it out pretty clear, doesn't he? Regardless of circumstances, the choices we make are what really matter. Here's the best lesson about personal responsibility set to slide guitar that you'll ever hear. Nobody's Fault But Mine by Blind Willie Johnson. I really like this song, but sometimes I'm reminded that this idea goes both ways. You can be presented with the worst of circumstances, but still make the right choice. It's up to you. Next, Blind Willie Johnson struggles with accountability in Nobody's Fault But Mine. I don't know about you all, but being a kid, sipping a Nuka-Cola, and dancing around the camp listening to this song, there's no feeling like it. Makes me happy every time I hear it. Here's Jukebox Saturday Night. Did you crack open a Nuka-Cola for that? I sure did. Also, I am running super low on Nuka-Cola. Donations are appreciated. Get ready, because here comes Count Basie with Jumpin' at the Woodside. I feel like that could have gone on for another 20 minutes of solos, and it sure sounds like everyone playing would have loved doing it. It's a tough world out there, and you can't always count on everyone. Here's Henry King and his orchestra with Just a Fair Weather Friend. I'll say this, friends. It's true that there are people in the world who will let you down, but it should just make you appreciate the folks who are always there for you even more. Not everyone is a fair weather friend. You find the people who are there for you no matter what, and you stick together. I like to imagine that one as the ultimate battle of wills. Do you get tired of knocking before I can't take the sound of it anymore? Who will emerge victorious? Next up, for any of you who may have recently emerged from a vault, tell me, is this what it was like that whole time in there? Just wondering. It's a little passive-aggressive, but it seems to work for him. Here's Milton Brown with Keep Knockin' But You Can't Come In. Next up, it's the Ink Spot singing Maybe. I have known and loved this song my whole life. I hope you love it too. That song is just so timeless. Feels like it's been around forever, doesn't it? So it seems that sitting around pining for your lost love leaves you plenty of time to write songs about it. Here are the ink spots with Maybe. Here comes Chick Webb with a really fun instrumental called Midnight in a Madhouse. I have been some places that would probably qualify as madhouses, and they are nowhere near as entertaining as that song. Just saying. That was, if you hadn't picked up on it, Mr. 5 by 5. I always feel just a little bit bad for the poor guy that song was about, but it sounds like he was a pretty good dancer, so good for him. Up next, it's Mr. 5 by 5. Did you know this song was written about a real person? I can't remember his name, but he sang for Count Basie. I'm not sure this is how I'd want to be remembered. Bet you 10 caps you can guess this next song within the first 3 seconds. Coming up next is Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes. I guess I'd wish for someone, too. If I didn't have to worry about radiation, disease, ticks the size of my head, scorch beasts. You get the idea. Anyway, fun song. Isn't that one a classic? I feel like everyone knows the first few lines, and then after that, they're often just mumbling along, not knowing the rest of the words. Always fun to see. Just a friendly reminder to look after your neighbors, everyone. We're all in this together, after all. Haven't seen Old Man Mose around lately? Well, here's why. Wondering what's up with Old Man Mose? Here's Eddie Duchin to fill you in. If no one ever told you, it's bad manners to stare in your neighbor's windows. Yes, even if they're dead. I know I say it's time to dance for so many of these songs, but this time I really mean it. Unless you are literally fighting for your life, which I realize may be the case for some of you, you'd better stop what you're doing and dance. Oh my goodness, does that one swing? Am I allowed to say that every part of that song is my favorite part? It's too hard to decide otherwise. Oh, this next song was one of my mom's favorites. She'd get so excited every time it came on the radio, without fail. Here's Opus Number 1 by Tommy Dorsey. Coming up next is Nat King Cole with Orange-Colored Sky, a phenomenon which used to occur for only natural reasons. I hate to break it to you all, but if you see an orange-colored sky, grab the Rad-X and lots of it, because that ain't love out there. What would the modern equivalent of this be? Deathclaw Steak Pete. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Mutt Chops Pete. That just sounds like you're making fun of his face. I'll keep working on it, friends. If I'm gonna make up a nickname for someone I really like and or admire, I'm probably not gonna go with Pigfoot or anything of the sort. What do you think, friends? I've heard some of you dwellers tickling the ivories, but can you keep up with Pigfoot Pete? Here's Freddie Slack and Ella Mae Morse. The Andrews Sisters and Bing Crosby are back again, this time with Pistol Packin' Mama. These days, you're more likely to run across a pistol, combat shotgun, super sledge, Gauss rifle, Gatling gun packin' mama. You can never be too prepared. There's been a few times in my life I needed to pick up a gun, and every single one of them, this next song went through my head. Remember, ladies, just 'cause Bing Crosby tells you to put down the gun doesn't mean you have to. That one goes out to anyone that may, now or in the near future, be fending off an angry scorch beast. Good luck! I wish I knew the story behind this next song, because it was written so long ago, but it's so appropriate pretty much every day in Appalachia. Here is Praise the Lord and Pass the Ammunition. Do you all think the cowboy in question did actually change his ways? Well, good lesson in there for all of us. Yippee-i-o, friends. I sometimes wonder what kind of stuff you'd have to get up to in life that it takes a sign like this to change your ways. Never seen ghost cows here? Never plan to. Next, we've got some high drama on the open plains. Here is Ghost Riders in the Sky by Sons of the Pioneers. Next up is a song that, well, it's not really the most subtle of hints, is it? Here is Ghost Riders in the Sky by Sons of the Pioneers. Stim packs won't heal these burns. Here comes the Ring of Fire. Is there anybody out there who hasn't been burned by love? I mean, maybe if you've been locked in a vault by yourself. Which, gosh, now that I think about it, which is worse? Louis Jordan might not be so keen on visiting these days, at least not without a gas mask, but here he is with Salt Pork, West Virginia. That one could do with a bit of updating, don't you think? Any of you dwellers want to record Ash Heap, West Virginia? Probably not, huh? Okay, do you ever sing along with that, but try and get your voice as low as his? No, just me. I can live with that. Next up is Shenandoah by Tennessee Ernie Ford. A programming note. This station does not condone interacting with rivers in any significant way unless you have a whole lot of right-of-way lying around. This next one is just a beautiful song, but always leaves me a little sad. But that's okay, right? Part of being alive, and I sure am grateful to be alive. Here's Shenandoah by Tennessee Ernie Ford. Company stores may not exist anymore, but this is one I think most of us can relate to. Life isn't easy, friends. Enjoy what you can. And now, in Making the Best of a Bad Situation territory, here's 16 Tons by Tennessee Ernie Ford. Quick! How many bottle caps do you think it would take to equal 16 tons? I bet one of you smarty pants dwellers can do the math on that. The Andrews sisters here have a great message for us all. Maybe some more than others if we're being honest. Looking at you, Crater. I feel like we're missing some pretty crucial information in that story. Why on earth would the monkey agree to that ride in the first place? That's what I want to know. All right, can you imagine 3 sisters all able to get along well enough to sing together? I wouldn't make it through a single song with my brother. No way. And now, here are the very prolific Andrews sisters with Straighten Up and Fly Right. I still get goosebumps every time I hear it. You do too, don't you? Aw, I know you do. Okay, everyone, here it comes. Grab your pals, maybe a banjo, and belt it out along with the radio. I know you've been waiting for this one. Terminals here in the station say this was the most popular song pre-war. I can't take a real survey, but I'm betting it's still true today. Here is Country Roads. I can't be the only one who wants to see a duet with Mr. Two Left Hands here and Bigfoot Pete, right? Who's with me? Okay, so am I an awful person? I was thinking about this next song, Two Left Hands, and how it's just figurative, only maybe now there are a few folks out there with 2 left hands. Like, literally. And then I laughed a lot. And now, while the song plays, I will feel bad for laughing. Coming up next, it's Freddie Slack and his orchestra with 2 left hands. Next up, looks like the Commodores with Uranium. Bop along if you like. Do you think at any point those guys said, "Hey, this is a weird thing to write a song about"? Because I wonder about it all the time. Lost love. Is there a more significant source of inspiration for music? I think not, my friends. Let's hope you all fare better than Mr. Tub. And now for something with just a little bit more twang, here's Walking the Floor Over You by Ernest Tubb. Remember, friends, you're not alone out there. The world is filled with people, and you share the same goals with at least some of them. Take care of yourselves and each other, okay? Dear Ink Spots, I admire your commitment, but I think at this point it's probably just better if you move on. Here's a song about the 3 people you can always rely on. Me, myself, and I. It's We Three by the Ink Spots. I bet we've all known at least a few friends who have lived life by the motto of, "When I get low, I get high." Am I right? Given the state of things, this song can be a convenient excuse to, shall we say, overindulge. Moderation, friends. It's all about moderation. I am in no way suggesting you take this song completely literally, but, well, do what you gotta do, friends. Here's When I Get Low, I Get High. As soon as I hear that harp playing, I get all excited because I know what I'm in for. It's really just kind of a perfect song, isn't it? Break out your surfboards because here come the Beach Boys with Wouldn't It Be Nice. Next we've got Wouldn't It Be Nice. Now, isn't that a phrase we all say in our heads about a dozen times a day? You're listening to Appalachia Radio, an enduring source of happiness in a sometimes unbelievable world. One of the few things left in this world that hasn't been pulled apart for loose screws and circuit boards. This is Appalachia Radio. Held together by duct tape, willpower, and a near crippling fear of silence, this is Appalachia Radio. From Clarksburg to Welsh, from Flatwoods to Watoga, and everywhere in between, you're listening to Appalachia Radio. Here at Appalachia Radio, I've recently gotten my hands on a Collectron. He is absolutely adorable, but has zero respect for personal boundaries.
Could I interest you in a block of concrete?
Oh my gosh, get out of here, you big goofball! You're listening to Appalachia Radio. It's like a super stim pack for the soul. Oh, that sounded better in my head. Hey friends, Julie here. I wanted to take a second to talk about something important to me. This radio station. I try not to talk about myself too much, but maybe you've heard me mention it before. I'm only 23, but I've had more than my share of bad times. I don't say that to get you to feel sorry for me. I know that so many of you out there have had difficult lives, too. Some far, far harder than mine. I say it because I want you to know I can relate. I know what it's like to lose family and friends, to struggle. There's one thing that always kept me going, always meant something to me. It's this place, this radio station, this music, these songs playing out across the world for everyone to hear. They mean so much to me. They remind me of good times, of people I care about, things that really matter. They offer hope. I know it's cheesy, but hey, it's true. When I heard that people were coming back to Appalachia, I knew I had to make the trip to find this radio station and make sure it stays running. I'm not gonna act like it's mine, like I own it or anything. I've fixed some things up, sure, but I didn't build Appalachia Radio. It doesn't belong to me. But I want to make sure it stays on the air because maybe it can give someone else hope. Maybe that someone is you. So, I hope you hear this music and it makes you smile or makes you think of someone you care about. That's what it's here for. That's what I'm here for. I guess I should probably get back to actually playing all that music I keep talking about, huh?